Hey everybody, and welcome back to Brutally Honest Reviews, only on the Brutally Honest Network. Today, we're trying out a new format. So we're going to make our reviews a little bit more concise and easy to swallow in one sitting. Probably not the right wording.
Nope.
So
Love
today...
I'll give it a shot.
Today we're reviewing Instant Family. And Instant Family is an American comedy drama film starring Mark Wahlberg. I see Mark Wahlberg written on the TV. And Rose Byrne as a couple who decides that after going back and forth about wanting and not wanting children, they decide to adopt 3 Mexican children. They're not Mexican. That was probably racist. So 3 children they adopt.
They're definitely Spanish.
Well, they make it a point to say that they're
Hispanic.
Spanish. Like
yes.
They are Hispanic.
Yeah. So this, so Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne, they adopt 3 kids, and one is like a teenager, like 15, 16-year-old girl.
That's the one that catches their eye.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that initially gets them adopted.
Yeah, she pops up and cusses them out basically in the most polite way ever. She doesn't actually cuss them out, but yeah, it is what it is.
And she has 2 siblings that come with her, which are like a 6-year-old boy and like a 6-year-old girl.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Well, he was older.
The boy was older.
He was a little bit older.
Like a little.
He's like at least 10.
He was irrelevant.
With emotional stress problems.
Yes.
He definitely had abuse issues.
Oh, yeah.
Or abandonment issues, one or the other.
Both.
He made me nervous.
But essentially the kids' names are Isabella, Gustavo, and Juliana? Mm-hmm. Juliana.
See?
Yeah.
So.
I see. So how would you describe the teenager? The teenager was kind of like just like a kind of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Wise ass, know-it-all.
But like she was really good at like also faking. She was good at putting on a front.
She, I think, was a very typical teenage girl, and I thought she was very good at going through what she was going through.
Yep.
Like the actress played what I expected. Mm-hmm. Maybe of somebody that's being adopted on repeat.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not treating them much differently than she would treat anybody. Like, she's treating her brother and sister like they're her kids because, well, they've been her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think, I think her lashing out's pretty atypical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say so, yeah.
I didn't find it weird, let's put it that way.
Especially at that age, too. Like, like 15, 16 is like when, like, kids rebel and become intolerable.
Oh, they become super trash pandas.
Yeah. But,
so that's not weird.
So the other 2, we talked about the daddy issue. Not daddy issues. The, well, maybe
those are there too,
issues,
probably.
But the disgruntled or just emotionally distraught boy, and then there is the girl who is kind of off. Like she's like cute and everything, but when she doesn't get her way, she flips.
Monstrous.
Fucking potato chips.
Yeah. So the
Oh yeah, about the
potato chips, and her doll's name is Potato Chips.
Yeah, so I think it's Julia's the young one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Julia's the young one, and she absolutely loses her little kid fucking mind if she doesn't get potato chips exclusively.
Just like me.
Which is so weird. But I guess not that weird for a child. And then you have Gustavo, who's definitely emotionally damaged, but somehow they make it funny. And it makes me feel bad now thinking back on it.
Yeah.
I had
so
a lot
apologetic
of those
about everything.
Yeah, like Marky Mark. I don't even know the character he plays because we're bad people.
I forget all their names.
It doesn't matter. It's Mark. Mark is Mark. Tom Segura is Tom Segura. Fuck it. They're who they are. And
No, he's the one person I remember his name. His name is Russ.
you remember his name?
Of course, I remember Tommy.
Do you remember
Buns'
Eliza
name.
Schlesinger's name?
No. Blindside.
The best character
Blindside
in
Mom?
this whole movie. And then the kid she ended up with.
Oh, top five. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, so kid has daddy issues, mommy issues. It doesn't matter.
Parental issues.
He's got issues with abuse, and
yeah,
I don't know. The movie kind of makes a joke out of it more than maybe not. It had some touching moments where you're like, ooh, the feels.
I cried all of this entire movie. 15 minutes until the entire end. I cried the entire time.
I was surprised because
Wow.
Mark
The entire
Wahlberg
time.
is just not. He's just not sympathetic. Like,
No.
he doesn't get my sympathy. None of them. I thought both of the actors who played the parents did a really poor job. I just didn't. I didn't feel.
They were very
a connection to them.
like caricature-ish. Like I don't know. They were like, we're gonna adopt these 3 kids because they were like,
Yeah.
well, maybe we won't. Maybe it's not right. And then the whole family was like, yeah, you're right. You can't do shit. And they were like, challenge accepted. And then they took these 3 kids, and I'm like, I don't see you as like parents, but like I get the story. I still cried the whole time.
I kind of feel like Mark Wahlberg's Mark Wahlberg, so he can't sell any character that isn't like an action hero.
Yes.
But Rose definitely sold. Man down.
Fun.
Rose definitely sold. Being like a mom that, or being a married adult that's like, I want a kid, but I don't know what to do.
Do I want a kid?
I thought she played her character very well. And then Mark just came and just shit-dicked all over the whole film,
Well,
doing Mark stuff.
Well, there was no chemistry between them. It was just so fake. Like,
Yeah.
and between like even, like so like the brother is it? No, it was the sister and the husband-in-law, right? To Mark, it was Tom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Tom Segura was the husband-in-law. I think
Brother-in-law.
So anyway,
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
there's
Husband-in-law.
there's a close bond between their sister, Mark Wahlberg's sister, and her husband played by a comedian named Tom Segura, who I love and we all love and we go see all the time.
Water champ.
I saw that and I had to go see it. The Water Champ, yes. Which even comes down to that the Wikipedia page was edited. How was it edited?
It was edited by saying that, of course it's been changed now, but in the beginning it said Russ played by the one true water champ, Tom Segura.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Best fans in the world.
But even though he was
yeah.
in this and like he was kind of funny a little bit, like some of the things like that he does in his comedy that he did in this movie that I did like, there was even less chemistry between him and his on-screen wife.
Absolutely.
I thought it was really noticeable. That it was really bad.
Oh yeah,
But-
I think Tom was there just to be comic relief to the heavier parts of the dinner table. Because I don't think it really needed to sell him and his wife.
It comes down to like we haven't seen Tom do anything else in terms of like acting, like in terms of like actual acting. I haven't anyway. So it's
YouTube
interesting to
channel.
see.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't know if it was bad directing or bad acting. I can't tell. But either way, directed by Instant Family was directed by Sean Anders, and co-written by someone else as well.
John.
Yeah, John Morris helped write the screenplay, and basically this movie is kind of based on Anders' own experiences.
Yeah, it's loosely based on his life.
It's not that loose though, because he has 3 kids in
Hispanic
there
children.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
The genders are different. It's two.
Oh, they are?
It's 2 boys and a girl.
Oh, okay.
So the oldest one's a boy, youngest one's a boy, middle one's a girl.
Okay.
I'm surprised everybody remembers this.
There was a picture at the end.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot it showed real pictures.
Well,
Why didn't my dumb ass tie that together? I thought it was just like, hey fans, send in your adopted brown kids.
Well, there was like this was like written like this, and then there was his, and there was
25
a couple
cents a
other
day.
like adoption photos in
This
there.
one can be.
And
25 cents a day.
Tom Segura and the director were on Joe Rogan's podcast the other day.
Really?
Actually,
Talking about this?
yeah.
I assume so.
He was also on Your Mom's House too.
Yeah, he was too. Yeah. So I've heard, from everywhere pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So otherwise,
I haven't
if
done a
you
lot of
didn't pick
digging.
up on it, they show at the end. Yeah, like very briefly, kind of. Well, not. I mean, it's credits. Credits roll.
I remember feeling real like happy and sad at the ending.
Yeah.
Like this movie touched me.
Yeah, that's why I cried the whole time.
I didn't cry.
No,
Did
I cried a
I didn't
lot.
cry.
I'm
were
embarrassed. I cried a lot. I don't like crying at movies, but I cried a lot.
I don't know if I cried.
It was
Family
definitely a lot
movies
more
just get me.
emotional than I thought it
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah, there's just some subjects that just get me.
There were very good moments, but also for me, like they lost me with all of the moments that just didn't seem genuine. So I just
Yeah, they buried a lot of moments with comedy.
And I feel like a lot of things were super predictable. Like the second I saw, like, you know, the janitor is an older boy, I'm like, some shit's gonna happen.
That man was
They-
conservatively 35.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's really odd to touch upon, you know, underage sexual things like that and still make it comedic. Because, like, they caught her taking nudes and, like, made it funny, took the phone away, haha, fun part of parenting. But it's like, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have gone after some random kid I didn't know, but, like, I probably would have gone up and, like, to the school and did some shit they did if I found out that, like, my 15-year-old is sending nudes to a fucking 30-year-old janitor. Like, I feel like they acted mildly appropriately.
alternate reality.
That
Kurt
man's
Cobain.
in jail.
The second I saw him, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that scene
Why
was
are you
definitely
doing
done pretty well.
this?
Even that relationship's not the right word, but I mean in the basic sense.
Yeah, but it was also like, what school would hire this guy? Like, what school?
I also want to cry.
Hire him?
No. Just keep crying.
But so let's do like a little bit of how did you like it?
All right.
How did you like it? Or just basically tell us what stood out or what didn't.
What gave you the
What do you want to shit on? What do you want to love?
Well, it was, I mean,
Show
it was
me your
definitely
dick.
not now. It's
Later?
on YouTube.
It's not on YouTube yet.
It will be.
We'll get some more followers.
It'll have
If
age
Rob whips
restriction
his
on
cock
it.
out, how many more? We'll definitely get banned. Anyway, moving
Oh
on.
yeah,
Word.
but it was definitely a lot more of an emotional movie than I had a feeling it was going to be when I went in to go see it. I kind of wish Tom Segura had a bigger part, just because I want more Tom, as does the rest of the world.
You want more Tom?
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg had these like always angry eyebrows on. I don't know if he recently got Botox, but they were pointy and he looked mad all the
Kind of.
time.
I feel like
And he
that's
just-
just his face.
It's probably Botox too, though.
I don't even know how to make the face he made. You're right. He looked
His-
so.
Angry. Like his eyebrows were pointed like the devil.
His mouth would always just show like normalcy, and then his eyes would just be murder.
Yeah.
I've noticed this with every role he's in. Like he's always yelling every line.
Now, yeah.
It's never.
It's
never
changed.
like.
It only worked for me in Four Brothers. That's it.
I forgot
That's
about
it.
that goddamn movie. I loved Mile 22. If you guys remember, I'm the only one, I think.
Like it. I already forgot.
I
what
thought
it's
he was
about.
funny as shit in that, but anyway, yeah. My bad for liking shitty movies. I'll stop.
What are your thoughts on this one, Justin?
Huh?
Or are you not done?
You done?
I'm pretty much done, yeah.
You done with this bullshit?
Did you say words?
I like the mom. I thought she actually was the more believable of the two of the parents. The grandmothers were definitely my favorite characters in
I
the
love
movie.
them. Both of them.
Especially
Oh yeah.
especially Maki Mock's grandma. I mean mom.
She was real extra.
She's
his
aggressive.
ma.
She's exactly what my mother's gonna be like.
And then
She's
the
my
other
mother.
one fucking getting painted on with Sharpie markers looking like Mr. T. That was pretty good.
I kind of forgot about that part. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I just love when she says the J's.
That's
Like
the.
Spanish.
Oh yeah. Every
Wake
J
up.
is put
No, it's just
as an
Jacob,
H.
Grandma.
That mother is
Wake up.
who is that? She played that known actress. I forget her name.
I've seen her in many things. I just can't think of it.
Tons.
I don't know. I can't place my finger.
But I don't know.
Somebody
the one
let
who
us
played
know.
Marky Mark's mom though is really good. She was the best.
She was
part of it.
fantastic. Everyone has that type of grandma.
Yeah. They should have put her in a scene with Tom.
Oh shit.
That would have been funny.
Even if it was like a deleted scene at the end or something,
Hmm.
I would have loved to see that. I just want them to both be as aggressive as they possibly can.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. Right?
And now we give the floor to you, Justin.
Oh, it's for me.
Don't fuck it up.
I'm gonna fuck everything I touch up. That is all I do.
Nice.
That is my resting face is fuck up.
It's a good way to lead your.
Kind of. Kind of my favorite part was I don't know her actress name or her name in this movie, but if you guys remember towards the end, Sheila from Shameless.
Oh my god! Sorry. That was such a random outburst, but I was going to bring her up too.
That's Joan Cusack.
Is it?
For
Yeah.
that woman.
Joan Cusack?
Yeah, that's John
Yes.
Cusack's twin sister.
I
Really?
Yeah.
live.
I don't know if they're
for
twins,
her.
but they're.
The second I saw her come out, was like, "You're doing great." I was like, oh, "My goodness."
So have
Sorry.
you watched Shameless?
Yes.
Okay, so was she not literally just
Same.
Sheila
The
from
same
Shameless?
person? Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think that's just her.
And I love it.
That could just be her. But
Everything I've seen her, and she kind of acts kind of like that.
That's why I love her so
I don't know
much.
why that's my most memorable part of this whole movie. Nothing else is memorable except her appearance, because it was the most Sheila bullshit I've ever seen in my life. She's like, "Oh, you guys are having a moment. I'm gonna
hug
watch."
too?
It was so cute.
Oh,
And then
that
Mark,
lady.
and then Mark Wahlberg
lost
ruins
for-
it.
I was
Sorry.
lost because I don't watch Shameless. So
I didn't mean to lose anybody on that one, but
Oh, she was
she is Sheila from Shameless,
Yeah,
basically.
Joan Cusack
That was really good. That part.
or Cusack.
She was funny. Then I guess, like, I'm gonna do this differently than Rob. I don't care. I really liked Eliza. How do you pronounce her last name? Because I murder it every time.
Schlesinger?
I don't know what the middle does.
Schlesinger?
Schlesinger.
Yes.
Schlesinger.
Whatever. This beautiful soul of a comedian.
I love her.
I love her. I do. She played the most perfect, like, I want a brown kid that plays basketball and wins every championship.
She wanted football.
I don't
Right,
care.
the
Pick
blind
it. She
side.
would. By the
She would
middle.
have took a basketball.
By the middle, she
thought
was
they
like,
mentioned that.
play anything.
Their chemistry is non-existent, though. It bothered me so much. It was like
The whole cast, yes.
yeah. But like, I feel like notably the comedians because of the lack of direction.
I think, yeah. I was like, I feel like they
Well,
were
this
utilized.
guy's not a very good director. His first movie he fell into, and it was Sex Drive.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
He
I've seen Sex
he
Drive.
was hired to write, and they're like, oh, he's like, I'll write it for you if you let me direct. And they're like, sure.
Sex Drive is just one of those stupid movies that you like get high and watch.
Like your comedy
how I watch
special
it.
the other day that you watched with Dave Attell and Jeff Ross.
Yeah, bumping mics.
They had more chemistry as a couple than Tom Segura and Eliza Schlesinger did in this movie.
They were never in a scene together either, which was depressing.
Yeah, Eliza's scenes were so detached from every other
Everything.
scene it was a part of.
Yeah.
Like Mark would say some offensive shit, and then she would look like she wasn't even in the same fucking room as him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she was playing her character kind of on point, where she's just like, I'm not going to acknowledge your existence because I'm better than you, or yeah, you're right. Maybe it was just like there was really bad direction.
It's gotta be.
And why was she in the adoption support group when she didn't adopt a kid, and everyone else in there had? Because she didn't get a kid until much
weird.
later.
That's a weird gripe, but
She
that's
They
wants
kinda
support
just
that
say-
no one's getting placed.
She kind of just sandwiched in there.
Yeah.
And she wondered why she went last. She was like, why am I always last? I'm like, good. Was that your little comedic part?
I think they could have threw in another joke, a better joke.
Yeah.
Like there was so many jokes to be had with that.
They should have sat this down at the writing table like one or two more times and fleshed out.
I think
a little
Tom
more.
should have got to write some of it.
Tom should have been Mark Wahlberg.
Actually, if
Could you imagine if
Tom
him
should have been Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah.
and the main mommy were the parents instead of these two buffoons?
That would be wonderful.
Oh yeah, Christina
Yeah.
Perry would be definitely a funnier mom than who they picked.
I think she could be a hilarious mom.
Christina
I'm like,
P. Right?
yeah,
What is her last name? Perry?
I'm not gonna
Let's just
try
make that shit up.
Pajitsky.
I made that shit up. Wow,
Yes,
I'm an
you
asshole.
did. Yes.
Wow.
I want to see a movie
Christina
where,
P. I'm sorry. Her
Hike
comedies
up
are
them
boring.
jeans and tighten them up, boy.
Fuck you twice, you dumb bitch.
I want to
Goddamn
see a movie
slut lord.
where Bert and Tom are in a domestic partnership.
Oh my god. That would be fantastic.
Maybe you should just write it.
Yeah, you should write that.
Send it
And
to
then
them.
send
be
it
like,
to both of
"Listen,
them."
When you
Did
go
you
to a
hear
show,
the-
just
Couldn't do it justice.
Did you hear
slap
the
that
joke that the
shit
director
on.
made to Tom
Which
on
one?
Joe's podcast? He's like, yeah, we offered Bert the role, but he asked for way too much money, so we went to Tom instead.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tom was like, fuck you.
Listen,
was
yeah,
good.
that's fair. Bert needs to calm the fuck down. If he tells like goddamn fucking Russian story one more time.
The machine.
He's gonna do it again.
Better.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't mind.
I love the story, but I feel like you should walk out of the theater when he tells it.
No one's gonna complain about extra credit.
No, as long as it's always like a encore.
Yeah.
He can. If you've never watched Burt
Chrysler.
Byrne Chrysler, whatever.
Brett Crystals.
What's the special called? The Machine?
Brad Kessler.
Bitch.
That one is The Machine, yes.
Yeah, it's The Machine on Showtime, I
His
believe.
newest one is mostly stories.
No, that's Tom Segura.
That's
Yes.
yeah.
I knew
Now you're
that.
fucking everybody.
Secret
up.
Time.
Yeah, Secret Time.
Sorry.
What's that on?
Nobody.
That's Netflix.
understands
That was
the
just
story.
added.
No.
No.
Yeah, okay, you're right. It was that. Yeah.
get back.
So, moving
Yeah,
on.
Evan.
Sorry.
What did you
Okay.
think, Evan?
So, you've heard a lot already, most of my opinion on this. I didn't think anybody had chemistry in the entire movie. I thought that is probably the directing, I would say. I mean, I know Mark Wahlberg's not a great actor, but Rose Byrne is. Tom Segura is a great comedian, and I was hoping he'd be a good actor. I think it was just directing. It's pretty standard cookie cutter family comedy film, like Cheaper by the Dozen, or some elements of Bringing Down the House. Both better films. Actually, Cheaper by the Dozen sucks, but
It really does.
it does. So it was pretty predictable, but there was no chemistry. So I started to initially have feelings for the characters, but after a while, I just kind of fell out of the groove, and they just lost me. So no, I didn't like it. I thought it was a misuse of Tom too.
Well, yeah, once you built the rapport with the characters, it was ruined by some corny joke, usually by Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, he would just butt in and be like, shut up!
Most definitely.
And then,
Yeah, Mark really tore this movie down a little bit more than he should have.
he's phoning things in more
Which
than
Mark
he used
can
to.
be funny.
Yeah, he was
definitely
great
can
in
be
Pain and
funny.
Gain.
Yeah.
and the other guys.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely been funny. It's just I feel like when you put him near Tig, Eliza, Tom. I'm gonna get punched later for that. When you put him near real comedians, he's garbage.
Disclaimer: Byrne Chrysler, Brett Ratner, Brad Crystals, they're not in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just Tom.
Just Tom.
Yeah, I'm just slow. But so is him and him, so mistakes happen. Sam!
Okay.
Story time.
So it was straightforward from, you see the trailers, you're like, okay, cool, super, family movie. It kind of follows the criteria of this is this family, they want something, they get it, struggles, happy ending. Like, that's how it went. But even though I do agree that there was absolutely no chemistry, I do feel like not everyone was utilized at all in the right way. I do feel like the subjects in which were brought upon us were still ones that made me feel something, because I feel like adoption is something that I feel like people sometimes forget about. And when you think about movies of adoption, everyone's like, orphan, not gonna do it, because then I'm gonna get some 30-year-old Russian kid who is actually a woman, and then gonna seduce my husband, all that shit. So this is more of an emotional one where these kids have a coked out mother or whatever the fuck, she's locked up, turning away every single foster family. They even touch on the whole we know not all foster families are in for the good of the kids, they're in for the paycheck that the kids will bring them. And they did bring up stuff that I feel like is still very real. Like, there are kids who get put into fosters that purely just look at them like a paycheck. And even though they did it in funny, because not everything in this was funny, I feel like it was a little forced.
Playful.
Yeah, a little bit more playful than it probably should have been in some situations. Because, his emotional issues, he probably definitely had some shit happen to him, and they made it comedic. The whole, rapey janitor. Ew. But, being an older sibling, I do understand the whole, my younger siblings are my kids mentality that she had, because I'm very protective of my younger siblings, and I think that's why I got super emotional over it. And she just wanted to be with her mom, and her mom wasn't ready to like take them back at all, but all she wanted was to be with her mother. And that's just really sad when your parents literally cannot take care of you. And for some kids, it's really hard.
So I thought you brought up a pretty valid point that none of us brought up because we're assholes.
Dick.
No, but that was that the whole orphan part of this conversation of this movie was done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't done too, I don't know, forcefully. It wasn't done disrespectfully. It wasn't, none of the scenes that involved like real emotion was done disrespectfully.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of, maybe I overshadowed a lot of the bad about this movie with a lot of that being the good. And didn't try to shove the Traffic mentality of like, this is about this down your throat.
Right.
It did a pretty good job of being like, you know, this is a problem and we should address it. And it did it in a very respectful way.
Yeah.
You do actually leave learning something.
And I think that's why I did like it, as many problems as it had, because it was, you know, no chemistry. Some of the jokes was like, I see what you tried to do. No one was utilized. It did bring up.
Yeah, I can bury a lot of those
and
feelings
that's definitely
because of that.
why I was crying the whole time.
And I didn't know, like, it makes sense. Like, I just didn't think about this before, but I didn't know that when kids get to a certain age, when they're in foster homes, that they just let them out in the streets if they don't have homes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, it's pretty, like...
Or you just never thought about it.
Yeah, I never thought about it, but that's pretty crazy. Like, when you leave the theater learning this and, like, having a little bit more respect and understanding for adoption and adopted kids. And it's actually, you know, it's
I think everyone at this
important.
table still doesn't want kids, though.
No.
So
I mean, my
Yeah,
mom was adopted, so I have a lot of... I learned a lot more about adoption and kind of what happens in foster care through her upbringing, because she's also someone who came from a really fucking shit situation. And I think that's also why I got really emotional in this film, because I'm like so happy. My mom obviously has like a family, but there are kids who make it to an age and they're just like, they're on their own. That girl who came to do the whole like pep talk, whatever, with their first meeting, they're like, these are the people who adopted me, da da da. And then later on in the movie, they find out she's back in rehab and she misstepped. And her adoptive parents are like, they're gonna fuck up, they're gonna mess up, but we're still gonna be there for our kids.
Yeah.
And
that was
you
a
know,
real heavy moment.
yeah. And I like that they, because you know, Rose Byrne, yes, and Mark Wahlberg, they're like, we're gonna like give up. Like, what is the problem? Like, she's in rehab and you're still gonna keep her? And they're like, yes, like shit's gonna get hard. Nothing's like perfect, but we're gonna be there for our kids. And I was like, fuck yeah. I love them, that family. Even slapped Rose Byrne in the face. It's
I
like,
also don't think
nice.
I also don't think it was very hard to get empathetic towards this movie. Like, if you have any source of empathy, you will feel something if you watch this movie.
Definitely.
I feel like that's impossible. Like, you might not be able to relate to the kids, but you can definitely relate to feeling that kind of like failed hope.
Yeah.
That they fail. Fail. They feel? Both. They fail and feel. I fucked that up. Moving on.
I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just... Its emotional value outweighs its shitty
Yes.
directional path that the movie
absolutely.
is, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I agree.
It does. That's the very strong redeeming quality of it.
It's the opposite of Traffic.
That's why, yeah. Like, this movie really wasn't good, but like I still will take something from it, and it still accomplished something. You know, maybe it didn't entertain me as much as I wanted it to, but I still learned something, and it's, you know, it's gonna stick with me from the movie. So whether or not I liked it, it's still something I can't say about a lot of movies, is that it stuck with me a little bit.
Yeah.
And no matter if you like, I mean, you go see this movie, I don't think you'll leave the theater hating it.
Couch is not in theaters anymore.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Really?
So by the time this episode comes out, it probably won't
No.
be.
No, I actually knew a lot of people that wanted to see
It's doing
this film.
quite well.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a cheesy
Recant.
family film.
Recant.
Those
Sorry.
do real well.
It's
the
Wahlberg.
audience is hella broad that can go in there.
Interesting.
Mark Wahlberg didn't bury Transformers. That's coming back with Haley Steinfeld.
Oh my god, fucking...
Which is weird. I love Haley
That is a
Steinfeld.
whole nother conversation I don't want to have.
Yeah, okay, we'll save that for when we watch Bumblebee.
I'm not going to.
You're
which
gonna see
sucks because
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee's my favorite.
I'm going to see it, but I'm not
I
going to
just
like
don't
it.
like
I hate
her.
everything about the entire universe.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I don't think it should have. I like the children's cartoon because
I
I'm
wish
a
they would just
fucking
make
5-year-old.
Cartoon movies like Yu-Gi-Oh does.
Took us a very long time to transgress to new conversations. So, yeah.
Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Pokemon Go. Sorry.
So yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much it for Instant Family.
Should we give our should you go see this or not reviews? Or numbers? You do what the fuck
I'm
you
gonna
want.
give it a number out of 10.
Do
Yeah,
whatever
I think
you
a
want.
number's still a good one.
I'm gonna give a number and a should you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Rob?
I'm gonna give it like a solid 6. And I think this is a movie you can wait to see until it is on DVD, Blu-ray, you know, Netflix,
Hulu.
one of the streaming services. It's not a movie you have to go out and run to go see. You're not gonna be missing much. If you go see it, you're not gonna regret it. But yeah, it's just all right.
I kind of regret it. I don't know.
Damn. All right. I kind of feel maybe about the same. Like, in terms of a movie in and of itself, a 6. The story, like an 8. I'm gonna have to separate it in my mind because I feel like the message and the emotion in the story is more 8 level, 8, 9 level, and then what it presents is meh. It's like Garbage Fire just put out. It's okay. It smells better now. No. I don't know. I'm also with Rob. I feel like you should wait till it hits VOD, video on demand, or anything like that to go see it. Evan?
Would you give it out of 10?
Like
6.
100.
6.
Like 100.
Like 100.
175 out of 10. No, 7.
I gave it a 6.5. I thought it was pretty bland, pretty mediocre. And even with the message it sends, I still, like I said, I kind of regret it. It just didn't do it for me.
I regretted more movies I saw that weekend.
I've regretted
Oh,
more
I'm
movies
sure.
this year.
I'm sure.
Whoa.
The problem is seeing shitty movies ends up being a fun movie to review.
Yeah.
So like this was just boring because it wasn't neither here nor there.
Yeah.
It wasn't any more shitty than it was good.
Neutral all around.
Yeah.
I think that's why this is just kind of a more conversation, because it is equally as shitty as it is good.
Yeah.
Or it balances itself out
Yep.
to the point where it's just
Relatively,
like
yeah.
the story is heavy and good and the acting is
The portrayal of it.
kind of what you expect from comedians.
I'm gonna go ahead and say don't see it at all.
You gave it a higher rating.
You gave it a higher rating than
know,
us, and then you're like, don't see it
It's
though.
just not. Yeah, I don't know. Well, as a movie, I gave it a 6.5, but I still don't like it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're allowed that.
Yeah. No, you're
Okay.
No, you're not.
Overall, I think I'd give it a 7. I agree with everything that this really isn't mind-blowing. It's just a simple family movie where there's no wild camera work. It's not extra specially stylized in any sort of extreme way. It's just very straightforward with what it is. I just give it a little bit of a higher rating purely because of the content within it and the subjects that are brought up, and that I feel like people really do need to look into adoption a lot more. I personally think, but that's all this whole political shit aside with all this pro-choice, pro-whatever the fuck. I think adoption is something that seriously needs to be addressed, especially when there are kids being just like put out into the street once they hit 18 and they're now their own problem and they've had no structure their whole life and shit. This brought on some heavy shit, but watered it down severely with just how not well used the cast was. But I'm still gonna give it a 7. You don't have to rush to see it, don't see it at all. But if you're someone who likes just really mild movies where nothing's too graphic in
Do you
either
want to
way,
get drunk on the
Really
couch?
this is one of them, I guess.
just really looking forward.
I like a
Come
real
home from a 9 to
mild
5 and see a
movie.
nice mild movie.
This is definitely a mild
A
movie, I
nice solid
think.
6.
It's like when you
What
go
do
to
tonight?
Chipotle. It's like when you go to Chipotle.
You're like, I want the
Milds.
mild sauce.
Yep, this is the mild.
I want it to be
sauce
just
of Chipotle.
tomatoes and nothing else.
There you go.
Put on something
It's a bowl of
mild,
tomatoes.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
small
It is
ladies
something
thing.
you can just put on when you get your wisdom.
somebody my
teeth
age is
out
named
and
Beatrice.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
you know.
mindlessly watch
She's
it
a
for
very nice person.
hour and a half. How long?
Who
was
will
this
never
film?
see this, but we are Facebook friends.
I think it
We
was
did
like
go to elementary school together.
about
Hour
2 hours.
45, something like that.
Yeah, about
It kept my attention the whole time, I will say, no matter how long it was. But that's because I was fucking crying the whole time.
because I was waiting for it to end.
That was just my own emotional issues just
like-
coming through.
We're not known for dichotomies between two people, but you are really staunch, like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
With a high rating, though, so I'm confused.
Evan hates
not a high rating,
children.
You hate kids this much?
Evan hates family.
No, the child fair thing freaked me out. I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable. as
Those
Fuck.
two parents were like, dibs, we called this one. I was like,
Oh,
what?
that was messed up.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was very funny.
that was a funny way to do it, but at the same time, I'm
Not
like,
to-
I'm so
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, not to go back into that, but I think that made you feel very uncomfortable what it's like to be at the process of picking a kid out. You just like,
Dibs.
ooh, that one looks like it won't commit fucking murder.
Yeah.
Sweet, you.
But Orphan exists.
But it's real. That does happen. Orphan
Watch
fairs.
this one and then Orphan, and then decide if you want to adopt.
So terrible.
That's a great way to
Try
end
this
this.
one out.
Well, I don't know any other films about adoption besides like Orphan.
Kazam.
Well,
Parent Trap.
does-
No, I'm kidding. That's not what that's about.
does that end happily?
Kazam?
Yeah. Because I feel like when anything talks about adoption, it's always some like major sob story and not something as easy to swallow as this film was.
Swallow.
Freezing.
Giggity.
You know what I mean?
All right,
I
Sam.
think that's also why I
I think the director
enjoyed
should
it.
have swallowed this movie.
Well, on that note, Sam, what you got to plug?
Whoa, we're starting with me today.
Yeah, we're going in reverse.
Like
Like the way this episode went.
give my effects thing on Instagram, Nightmare Effects, some love because I'm losing followers and I'm desperate. Love you guys so much.
What the fuck is it?
I said Night Tire Effects.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Skipping to me?
Yeah.
I
I'm
have
gonna
not-
do the last because I close it out.
All right.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Fuck you.
I
Those
don't have anything to
closure.
plug except like this show and the music and the thing. Evan will tell you honestly. Truthfully, Rob, you?
Samesies.
Sweet. Evan, what the fuck are we doing next?
False hopes and dreams. No, just kidding. So far, it looks like that. But thanks for tuning in to Brutally Honest Reviews, only on the Brutally Honest Network. We have shows coming up. I swear to God, they're there.
They are coming.
We've been saying this since the podcast started.
We're waiting for a table.
We're waiting for a table. We're starting our music podcast.
We're waiting for a table.
very soon.
Can you put your name on the list?
And also starting soon, I have gone through the first script for our office style comedy series that has gotten to me, and it's hilarious, and it's going into draft 2, and we hope to shoot that sometime in January for you to see in February.
Tight.
And then as always, we're trying to put together in the back end of the beer show, which we're trying to make super, super special. So that is going to be a little bit longer. But thank you for tuning in to Brutally Honest Reviews on the
Thank you.
Brutally Honest Network. And tune in next time for our next review, which we have a lot of good movies coming out.
We have no idea
I do,
yet.
but I just don't know what the order they're going to be.
Yeah, same.
So
Thank you.
thank you, and have a good week.
Bye.